Namaste. Welcome to Bull and Beer. How are you today? I am sure you are doing well. Today we will talk about another interesting mutual fund in India. But before we start our today's video, let me remind you about happy investing. So what is happy investing? All the profits you make from your investments, I would like to request you to do something noble or good from that. Maybe donate some money, buy some book for some unprivileged children, or help someone in need. Do anything what makes you happy. And I am sure that will bring you more good luck and prosperity. Let's start our today's video. Today I will talk about a very special mutual fund in India, and the best thing about this mutual fund, and which is different from my previous videos, is it's a new mutual fund in India. Usually I look at mutual funds which are operating in India for some time and which are very profitable. But this mutual fund is a new mutual fund, so there is not a lot of data to back it up. But definitely, I truly believe that it is gonna be very profitable in future. We are gonna talk about Quant PSU mutual fund. And this picture which I have shown is also very unique and it's also very new. Actually, I was feeling very special when I was thinking about this mutual fund, and this place is also very special for lots of Indians. So that is the reason I decided to put this picture in the thumbnail and as the front page. But let's start. Let's look at in detail. So this is another mutual fund by Quant, and if you see, Quant has been very successful in their mutual fund portfolio. So if you see any of the Quant mutual funds, they have been very successful, especially if you see Quant infrastructure, Quant small cap, Quant mid cap, they have been doing very well as compared to category and as compared to their peers. And this is one of their newest mutual funds in Indian market, and it has incepted very recently. I would say almost 2.5 months ago. It incepted on 20th February 2024. So it is very new, and that is why you will see not a lot of data is available, but I have tried to do as much as research possible to give you valuable insight so that you can make your own decision and decide whether this is something you believe and you would like to invest in. Let's look at more in detail. So as I said, I have done some analysis, and currently if you see overall last 1 month, this is showing negative minus 1.79. Actually, what does it mean is the value almost 1 month ago and the value it is today, and they have averaged it out, because you know what happened, there was a specific value X, it went X plus 1, but then it went X minus 2. So the actual result is still in negative. But this is, as I said, it's a new mutual fund. It is not going to happen and it is not going to remain same. It will change. So from my view, currently it's rupees 10 and 31 paisa. In next 2.5 years, if the current government comes back into majority and in power, and if the way they are planning to invest in Indian PSUs going forward, by end of 2026, this mutual fund, which is only rupees 10 today, will touch about 300 Indian rupees. Yes, I am serious. I am not joking. And I can tell you, this mutual fund has the potential and capability to touch 300 Indian rupees. And I will tell you why. Actually, if you see, Indian PSUs has great and tremendous potential. In the past, Indian PSUs were like old traditional government organizations where you will see, racks of files with lots of dust and babus who were not doing anything. But way the current government has tried to modernize them, the way the current government has plans to expand them, and the way the Indian economy is moving and growing, I can tell you Indian PSUs, if they do the right things at the right time, at the right place, the potential is immense and their valuation will become double, triple, or even more than that. And that is why the value of this mutual fund in next 2.5 years will go crazy. And by end of 2026, it will become 300 Indian rupees, and it can become a jackpot if you invest today, because today it is very new. The value is almost at its base, which was 10 rupees, and it's 10 rupees 31 cents as of today. And I can tell you it's gonna go crazy. Again, this is from the beginning of Inception. This particular photo is showing the results, and it is showing only 1.88. But if you see, actually the reason why it is not showing great returns in this 2.5 months is because these 2.5 months have been very unpredictable, very uncertain for India and its economy. And there are two dips which has happened. One is on 12th of March. I have mentioned that it was some announcements, and there was a particular scam which happened, which really shivered the whole stock and equity market in India. And second is this elections uncertainty. But at the same time, you see there was a peak which was about to happen, but it again got dipped. And this is not only with this particular mutual fund, this is the same trend for any other mutual fund. And actually this particular mutual fund is still much more stable as compared to some others, especially if you see small caps, micro caps, and some other mutual funds. So it's not that bad actually as it looks, and it will grow further. Now this is an important thing. Now if you look at this particular photo, and that's why I'm saying I highly suggest you to go with Quant PSU, because there are 3 other PSU mutual funds which are going crazy and almost given or increased 100% in the last 1 year. One is Aditya Birla Sun Life PSU, second is SBI PSU, and the third is Invesco PSU. And if you see, I am comparing this particular Quant PSU with 2 of them. I'm not taking Aditya Birla here, but it's same thing. Invesco and SBI are going crazy, and if you see, as I said, almost 100%, but Invesco is 83 and SBI is 92% growth in last 1 year. Whereas they also have similar kind of peaks and dips, and Quant is also similar because of the same kind of companies where the funds have been invested. Now look at this one, and this will open up and clarify everything. Actually, if you see at this particular photo, you can see the type of companies where the money is invested, the holdings, and you will be surprised to see yellow ones are the common companies where Quant is investing and where Invesco has invested, and even 1 or 2 companies are also same in SBI. And same way you will see Invesco and SBI, lots of companies, these blue circles are similar, and also definitely the yellow ones. And now let's see why this stock may not perform. There is no reason, because if other PSUs are performing, the PSUs for Quant PSU are definitely going to perform as well, and these are the key PSUs. Let's look a step further and let's investigate the PSUs where Quant is investing. So what is the holdings of Quant PSU, and look at each of these companies. I'm going to name some of them, and you yourself will agree that these companies, these PSUs is not going to go anywhere. I can say that for next 50 years, these PSUs will remain in India, and they're going to go better and do better for sure. Let's look at it. Reliance. It is the backbone as of today for India. I mean, I think everyone has some kind of investment in Reliance. It is that big for today. It is one of the giant companies in India, and Quant, like their other mutual funds, have invested in Reliance. Probably it is not showing result in this particular quarter because it's not very solid in terms of the financial results as it was expecting, but it is going to go back. It is going to swing back. Container Corporation, it is going to go good because ports are building up, trade will happen, it will grow further because India is going to manufacture more and more things. It will be shipped out to different countries, different continents. So this will happen. Energy is an important sector. Swan Energy will do better. Bharat Electronics, Coal India, Hindustan Aeronautics. Defense is becoming very, very important. The wars are happening around the world. Countries need arms and ammunition. And who is going to provide that? These companies. So far, companies from Israel, America, and other nations have been supplying these arms and ammunition, but India wants to be a key player in it. And if you see, Indian companies are doing very well. India has started to export missiles, satellites, other kinds of arms and ammunitions, and these companies have a major role to play in the coming years. Look at LIC. There is a great jump in LIC, and it is going to go better because LIC has to come back with new offerings. They are already having some of the good portfolio, and it is very important for people to be insured, and people are becoming more aware, and they're going much further in terms of their insurance portfolio, which is going to benefit LIC and other insurance companies. National Aluminium, commodity prices are going to grow further. Aluminium companies are going to do better because this is something which is required almost everywhere. Bharat Heavy Electronics, as I said, is important. Reserve Bank of India, all our banking is dependent on RBI guidelines and rules. So look at these holdings. I mean, there is nothing much to say about them because they are very important companies. There is no way any of these companies can go down. I mean, definitely the government has to think how to take them to the next level, and these companies have the potential. Look at the population of India, 1.5 billion people. These 1.5 billion people need something from each of these companies, and these companies are gonna make important things for its population. Now I have done another comparison here. Also, you see, as I said, there are certain dips happened, which is but obvious. It doesn't happen only for this, but for other stocks, equities as well. And if you see S&P, BSE, PSU, and if you see Nifty 53 RI, it has also similar kind of ups and downs. And Quant PSU is not very far, but still the returns Quant PSU is giving in these 2.5 months is not that bad. Again, I have done another comparison. If you see, I have shown how it started, I have shown where it went up, and I have shown where it is today. And again, it is going up and down, much in movement, but again the in return is almost at par or better as compared to its peer. Probably it's very short term for this PSU to show its results, but as I said, in the next 3 years it is gonna go crazy, and this is the best time to invest in it. Finally, I have shown again a peer comparison. You can see other mutual funds. I have told you there are certain other PSUs. They are all doing fantastic. If you look at any PSUs, and if you see the way Indian government is planning to invest and grow these PSUs, and the potential these PSUs has is immense. So you can see the comparison for these 2 months, all of them has gone down, and that is why you don't see even much higher growth. But I can tell you, once the current government comes back in power, once the current government decides the way forward they were planning to do, work towards the betterment towards PSUs, it's gonna go crazy and it's gonna run like sprint. Now, another important thing is where, what kind of companies are these? I think by the name itself, you can make out that these are big, large or giant size of companies, and that is what I have tried to show here. 41.63% of money is invested in giant, 20% is in large, and 38% is in mid cap. So these are the companies which are not gonna go anywhere in short term. They are gonna go better, bigger, and gonna grow further in mid to large term, and that's where your fund will grow also significantly. One other thing which is important is expense ratio. For this particular Quant PSU, it's 0.83. I will say it's not very low, but it's not very high. I think they have tried to keep it average for any PSUs. It's roughly almost this. There are certain PSU mutual funds which are charging slightly less, but I will say it's not a big deal. So that is it. And exit load is 1% if you redeem within 15 days, but thereafter, it's no problem. Finally, the one and the most important thing is the fund managers, and I have been always telling that quant fund managers are very good as of today. They have been doing very well, and one of the reasons is the companies, the holdings where they put the money. And Sanjeev, Vasav, Ankit and Sandeep, they are all very experienced. They have very good knowledge, and they are playing safe. They know where the companies are going. They're keeping a close eye on it, especially some of the companies are their favorite companies like Reliance and so on, and they have been giving good returns on all their portfolios. So I think I would highly recommend to look at it. But again, please remember that all mutual funds carry some risk. Listen to everyone, do your own decision, take your own time to understand, evaluate all the risk, and then make your decision where to invest, how much to invest, whether to invest or not, because they carry some risk. So do your own diligence, take your own decision. But thank you so much for watching today's video. It is so nice to see all of you again. Please share your feedback. Please give us some comments so that we can improve, we can do better. And remember about happy investing. We all make this planet a better place to live for everyone. Thank you so much. Namaste.